wife just drove back from Vegas in the truck, and honestly, it reminds me why I prefer taking the motorcycle. As uncomfortable as motorcycle road trips can be, there is something peaceful about them that you can't get inside of a car. After taking lots of road trips on the motorcycle, I can tell you what gear matters, what gear doesn't, and what you actually need to bring along with you. Let's jump right into it. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome if this is your first time stopping by. Welcome to the OmegaGreed YouTube channel, where we're all about pursuing purpose over comfort, faith over fear. Get on out there and go after your dreams. Go after things your opponent's planning to do. So with that out of the way, we are talking about taking the BMW GS 1250 Adventure and what do I actually pack for road trips. Like I just said, me and the wife, we literally just got back from Vegas again earlier today. We just took the truck, and I've been taking the GS now back and forth to Vegas from Southern California. And really it reminds me why I enjoy taking the motorcycle so much more. There is something about taking a bike that is peaceful, it's fun. It's not always the most comfortable thing because let's be honest, inside of a car, you can just kind of chill and just like relax. And don't get me wrong, I do love taking road trips inside of truck. We literally drive across the country, probably once or if not twice a year inside of the truck. So there's benefits to taking road trips inside of a car or a truck versus on the motorcycle. But for these like shorter stints, that's something between like 4 to 8 hours, something like that. There's something about taking a motorcycle. It is so much fun. But after riding back and forth for work so many times, I think I have my system dialed in. These are the things that I actually pack and the things that I actually use for these type of trips. But the first thing I want to say is for the motorcycle itself, this is my 2023 BMW GS 1250 Adventure. The reason why I do like this bike so much is because the Adventure has the bigger gas tank. Like this gas tank is absolutely massive. The range, like if I'm taking it easy, you can get 300 miles range on this thing. It's big, it's large, it's in charge. This thing feels absolutely wonderful for that. Other things I do like, which you don't necessarily need, just having a windscreen is like such a nice feature to have on a motorcycle. One that can go up and down. Even if you can add like a little thing like this, just having this helps deflect the wind so much more. That I absolutely love that. I did install the carpool ride. I think it's like Apple CarPlay device, which is nice just because it does allow me to be able to look at this from my GPS, connects off of my phone, still have like the normal infotainment system and then like my phone. So that's definitely not necessary, but you can add it and like it does help. So small things like that I do think make a big difference. Other creature comforts that I added was, so we do have just the back top box, which I know a lot of people hate on these things, but I'm gonna be honest with you, if you're like riding a bike and you like need extra storage, like they are wonderful. I even added these guys, which I'll have them linked if I can find them again. These are cheap ones I bought off of eBay. That side panniers, they're not the big full ones. I didn't want like the super big ones, but these things help out a lot. I just added these and I think it helps out just a lot. And since we're still talking about the bike, another quick thing that we did add is this is for my passenger. It's like pannier. So I just added this to like the seat thing. This thing is like actually pretty cool. So even like me and my wife, whenever we take trips or like ride on the bike itself, she has like a little spot she can put her phone and things like that. So that is actually a nice feature. And then other thing which I just added, which I honestly didn't really use, was a cup holder, which I'll tell you guys about that in a second. But just give you like a quick lowdown of what the bike is itself and just some of the modifications that I did to the bike. I think that's pretty much everything this bike has. I mean, I did do an exhaust, stuff like that, but nothing to do with the road trip aspect. So let's get into the gear. Let's do it. Okay, so one of the biggest things that I've learned, even when I took my first motorcycle road trip on my CFMOTO, was the helmet. Very important. Any type of helmet that you have and you ride for, let's say like a half an hour, that may be different than a helmet that you want to take for like a multiple hour trip. So I think like the first helmet I took was, actually, was it one of these? No, I think it was this one. No, actually, I think it was this one I took with me. This helmet is fine. Actually, after going back and forth, I think this is the main helmet I'm going to use for road trips, just because I kind of like this dual sport type of helmet vibe. I think this is the Icon Scorpion Evo. The reason why I like this helmet is because it is kind of like my do it all type of helmet. I actually even use this one for dirt biking as well, because it does have the, I guess, sunshade like hood. You can take off this visor, put on just goggles if you want. So I really like that. And it's also a modular helmet too. So you can even just pop it up and get a full modular helmet. I have my Cardo set up inside here with the upgraded speakers and the microphone. So this helmet I absolutely love. It doesn't look the coolest, if that makes sense, but at the end of the day, when it comes down to comfort, this is like probably like my most comfortable helmet that I really like, just because, yeah, on like long trips, being able to just pop the whole thing open, I really enjoy that. If you need to, especially at gas stops and things like that, you can just pop it open and like get full air. If you're drinking something, you could drink something and like have a full access, and then close it up. And even, which another thing for my other helmet, this is the Icon Airflight, I believe, which I really like the way this helmet looks. One negative thing is the visor. I don't like when this pops up, especially like if I'm riding and I have like my DJI, if I have like a GoPro or like my action camera like set up on here, it's like connected to it. So if you open it up, that moves the camera, I guess that makes sense. So that's one thing I don't like about that. And I feel like you can't quite just like vent this thing without like kind of like fully just opening it up. That's another thing I don't like about this helmet. I think this helmet is actually like really cool. I do like the fact when it's open, it's fully open, you get a lot of airflow, but it's just the way this is designed. If you're like riding and you're filming, it's not the best. But when it comes down to actual comfort and things like that, I think this one is my absolute favorite. So having a helmet that you have tested out, go on like a long ride and make sure it actually feels good on your head. It's not too tight, it's not too loose. And if you have like a more oval shaped head, elongated, if you ride with a helmet that's not shaped correctly, it's gonna push pressure on like the front of your head. So learn from my mistakes. Definitely take a helmet and like do a nice, like, I guess, trip to just kind of get yourself like set up, because I found out this one, like this one's perfect for like just street riding around. This one like looks absolutely the coolest, got the chrome visor on it, but for longer trips, it's not always the funnest thing. So but I still have this helmet, but yeah, I just don't use it because of that for long trips. And I guess to give you guys a little more context, most times when I do take a trip, it is for work. So I'm usually gone for 2 to maybe 3 days. And I'm usually doing some type of event where I need to like have, I guess, like nice or nicer clothes, I guess, if that makes sense. So I usually wear like a pair of boots and things like that. So a couple things that I started doing for the first couple of trips, I would just wear like whatever boots I was gonna be wearing down there. So like I usually just wear like a pair of Docs, different pairs of Docs. So I would just like literally just ride with those. I think you'll find for me, my theme is, it's not always about looking cool. It is about what is the most functional and the most safe, if that makes sense, and like what you actually need. Having a little bit extra storage has allowed me to be able to bring actual like motorcycle boots with me and like separate pair of just like normal stuff I'm gonna be wearing. So these are actually a pair of just like adventure riding boots that I did try wearing, and these I do like these are like good adventure motorcycle boots. To tell you the truth, I actually started even wearing these as my like dirt biking boots too, because they're like a good middle ground of being as protective as like real dirt biking like stuff and like stuff that you can use on the street. But I was finding though with these, they do get a bit uncomfortable after, I would say, 2 to 3 hours. I think they're good, but I was finding that they're just a tad bit uncomfortable, and they are slightly bigger. So if I was just going somewhere where I didn't need to bring extra boots and I could just bring like a pair of Crocs, I would probably wear these. But I actually just started wearing my more street oriented boots with me, just because these are a bit smaller, bit lighter, and they're not as dusty. So these, I know it's kind of weird, these like more like street boots, but I figured for myself, they're a little bit smaller and I can put them on the bike and like load them up and things like that a lot quicker. So these are the boots that I typically wear. And now when it comes down to the actual jacket and things like that, because I like to personally wear still a jacket. I know some people just wear like jeans and like a vest and things like that, but once again, it ain't about looking cool. I'm just like, if you go down or anything happens, at least you want to be protected, at least as much as you possibly can be. So actually what I just swapped to was this like normal, it's like this is actually like a cheaper like brand. It's a kind of a hoodie style jacket. And I think honestly, this is like fine. I do kind of like this. It's a bit more casual that you could kind of wear Only negative thing about it is that you gotta like pull it up and over you. So like it's much thicker than like a normal hoodie, obviously, because it has armor in it and things like that. I'm still debating if I like this better for long travel, especially when it's like really hot out, going, you know, through the desert and things like that. Other things that I wore more in the past, like a normal, just like motorcycle jacket, which I think these are fine. And honestly, when it's like hot, this is actually probably a little bit better. It's easier to take on and off. You don't have to like flip it over your head. I honestly might go back to this type of style in like the more hotter seasons. I might go back to this just because it is a little bit easier to take on and off, and you can kind of just like unzip it if you need to, just a bit. So normal just jacket itself, you could put the liner in if you need to, like it's totally fine. The other thing that I do bring with me quite a bit is my cold weather gear. So I'll show you how I pack up the bike itself too, however I kind of put things, but I like to bring now, especially when it's cold, full heated gear. I haven't had to really use it though, but I have the, which I'll link it down below, like a full heated gear suit. So I have like an extra, so this is like a jacket, the gloves, and the pants itself. So if it's cold, because sometimes it gets cold, you know, you want to just be fully protected and like have, I guess, warm weather gear. If you can, and you're going to be riding like a lot, I think it is worth it. It is an investment to get it all, but that way your hands are warm, everything is warm, so you can ride in like colder temperatures and not be freezing, because it's not fun when it's super cold. But yeah, I like to wear that, and I actually do wear pants itself. So I do have a pair of just like normal pants that I just put over myself, so I think it's fine. You can just throw these over. Like honestly, if it's like hot, I would just wear shorts, throw these over, it's fine. These are like nice, so like yeah, either having this with the jacket or this with the hoodie, this is totally cool. If I'm wanting to do something, you know, like look a little cooler, I do have like my actual like motorcycle jeans that I can wear. These are nice. They're like not as comfortable as I've been finding out for like long trips. So I kind of like just putting the pants over, and just like I was rocking just a normal pair of jeans. But once again, after riding for a while, I really like having just a little extra protection. When it comes down to my gloves itself, I just have like just some basic, I don't know what brand this is. Just got this from Cycle Gear. They're just some good gloves. I've had a couple pairs of gloves, but still like wearing like a nice good pair of gloves itself. And then the other thing is that I always do have one of these guys that I do put on underneath my helmet. If you have hair, like having one of these on kind of keeps your hair protected inside the helmet, things like that. So pretty basic setup. That is like what I usually wear while I'm actually riding. So when it comes down to the actual packing of the bike, what I normally pack. So I usually have 3 main bags with me. Just a normal duffel bag, I would say, that I fit most of my stuff in. This croc bag, which is surprisingly, like, I actually really like this bag a lot, just because it's made out of the croc material, and it like, you can actually just put it on the ground and it like sits just like Crocs do, so I kind of like that. It's very durable. And this bag, which is actually another YouTuber's brand bag, Jay Linveski, I think his name is. It's a sling, but it's meant for motorcycles and like camera gear. But I honestly use it a lot because it's like a good bag. So I'll show you kind of how I kind of pack things up. So first thing, what I put inside my tank bag. So my tank bag is usually anything that's going to be like needing to be easily accessible. So normally, I'll put like probably like my wallet, things like that, like small stuff like that. What's even in here? Oh, another thing that I do love is these like locks. So I do have these locks. I keep one that's on here and one that is on here. So it's like super nice. And this type of the Rhino Walk tank bag, it is, I'm not gonna lie to you, it is kind of big. So like even while I'm on the bike, when I'm looking, it kind of blocks actual like infotainment, just like the screen itself. But I think for what it does, it is worth it. It is lockable, but you can also take it off. Is it locked on here now? Let's see. Nope, it's not. So yeah, you can take it off. It's like one of the ones that is, you put the thing on the gas cap and you can like lock it. So that is nice, but it's really, really big. And it just snaps back in place just like that. And yeah, just having like anything that you're gonna need quickly accessible. Honestly, sometimes I leave snacks in here too, and even my camera gear. Sometimes I'll leave, like if I'm gonna be filming something quick, like the DJI, either like Nano or my like Osmo, whatever, put it in there. Even to the shoot, I put like my drone in there too. So it's nice putting stuff quickly accessible. You can always have. Other thing I like to keep inside here, this is like actually another big bag. I think it's brand Lusky, but his the other YouTuber. This is like a really nice bag. Sometimes I'll keep this on me or I'll like strap it. Either I'll strap like this there with this. Any other stuff that I do need that I need to like take off the bike, I'll keep it here. And it's kind of like the bag I use like when I'm like out and about anywhere. So it's like a nice sling bag. Usually pack that up. This bag I usually keep just in the back seat. I just strap it down with some straps. It's durable enough that you can strap it and it won't like break. This guy, sometimes I'll put like extra hoodie in here and things like that, or just like my normal Crocs shoes, something I can just have while I'm out and about. Things I started doing though, this side bag, I usually put all my cold weather gear, so I can put all of the cold weather stuff inside here. So the gloves, pants, jacket, it can all fit in there, I can lock it, which is really nice. And inside this other side, actually sometimes I'll put like extra pair of shoes, or I like to keep a strap in here, like a ratchet strap, just in case you need it for anything. Or sometimes I can fit like this bag, or if I'm taking like a smaller sling bag, I can honestly fit it in here, which is also really, really nice, just to have that extra storage. And then for my main compartment, this bag I absolutely, like this compartment is huge, absolutely love it. You can fit a lot of stuff. So I put the majority of my stuff in here. I always keep helmet locks, other locks, and this universal bag. Like another bag, just in case you need like extra stuff, I can always just grab it. And like if I have more stuff I'm coming back home with, I could put stuff in there. And I usually pack all of my like work gear. I'll usually put my laptop in this bag and it goes inside of here. But when I get there, have this bag, like a bigger book bag I can take with me, put my laptop, things like that in here. Or if I'm just doing something small, I don't need like a bigger bag, I have like a smaller sling bag that I can take with me. And usually when I get to the hotel, I take off pretty much everything. Like I leave obviously those bags, all this stuff comes inside with me. I even take this guy off too. I like the fact you can just pop it off, bring it inside, don't have to worry about it, and it's a pretty simple setup. And like using that setup, it's been really good for road trips. So when I get to the hotel, I have everything that I need, and if I need to just like do something real quick, I either take like my one book bag, either put it in like the trunk or just strap it to the back. But usually like while I'm there, anything that I need, I just put directly inside of here, and it's pretty just low down and ready to go. And then when I'm ready to like pack up and like ready to leave, I actually go places. Sometimes I'll even like leave this bag strapped to the back and have everything inside here. And I love the fact that all this is like lockable storage. You can lock that, lock these guys as well. And maybe I'll just have this guy with me. But that has been a great setup for like road trips and things like that. But one huge tip that I saw someone else say that I actually am like, yeah, that is actually like a great tip for cold weather gear. If you don't have cold weather stuff that's like heated, one thing that you can do, which I thought was kind of crazy, is you can like literally get like medical gloves, like the plastic gloves or stuff like that, wear them underneath your actual like motorcycle gloves. It helps keep heat in a bit more. If you start sweating, it gets kind of gross. So inside of it, so like there's that. But having that has actually like helped me. I think the first time I rode on the CFMOTO when I had nothing, that was like in the winter. It was nice going down there, just coming back at night when it was going through the desert at night. Yeah, things got cold, but having that helped me out a lot. And honestly, wearing like an extra jacket underneath my motorcycle jacket, and then I had an extra pair of pants I wore underneath my other pants. That helped me out a lot. So that's my quick tip when it comes down to anything like that. But overall, this bike has been absolutely wonderful for taking road trips. Absolutely love it. I think it's a great time. Besides for that, other little small things I did add these extra top racks and things like that. I do have other bags that I could put on here that I did put on the CFMOTO. Yeah, like my other bags. And oh, how could I almost forget? Having an extra seat cushion, things like that, that is also clutch. I would suggest doing that for sure. If you're going on a longer trip, bring it just in case, because even if you put it on, take it off, just to kind of adjust and just have something like a difference, it is nice. But yeah, for sure, I would definitely say that. But then yeah, just even having some extra bags if I absolutely need it. But honestly, for like a couple of days, I haven't really needed to do that, especially with this setup, how many storage compartments I have. I don't really need to bring that much more stuff than like what's inside this setup right here. But now you need to see this thing in action. Check out this video on the screen. This was my last road trip to Las Vegas to Southern California on the BMW 1250 GS Avenger. Check this video out on the screen, subscribe for more, and we'll see you guys over there.